Exactly.
I love Oprah. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a wonderful woman. But she also brought us Dr. Oz and The Secret. There was a story I was reading about Oprah, unfortunately, where this woman had terminal cancer. She decided that through The Secret, she was going to imagine herself a healthy person.
I am a powerful manifester, and I know that, and I know how to do it without physically putting it on a board.
Yeah.
And to sell that to people is crazy. And that's a book that sold, I think I was reading, it sold somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 million copies.
This is the capitalist propaganda of The Secret.
While a lot of people largely disagree with most of her teachings, Oprah has been able to beat the odds and rise to an icon level in the entertainment industry. However, her rise wasn't as organic as most people would like to believe. And today, it's Joe Rogan that's exposing the less than ideal teachings she's given that led her to where she currently is. According to podcast host, Oprah has lied and manipulated people into believing her tales for years. And from the looks of her lifestyle, you could say she also made bank in the process. Well, Rogan thinks this is the height of it and is now drawing the line by exposing these lies he believes Oprah has sold people. Hard to believe as it may seem, the podcaster actually might be onto something, but the only way to find out is to stay tuned till the end of the video.
Whatever it would be. There's a couple people that I knew that were trying to tell me that The Secret was going to be the thing and that they had a vision board and they had photographs, they put pictures up of the things that they wanted.
Besides becoming one of the biggest names in the entertainment industry and cementing her spot in the Hollywood Hall of Fame, Oprah has made her mark in the world. However, many people have questioned that legitimacy, as some are inclined to believe she might have scammed her way to the top. One of those people is celebrity podcaster Joe Rogan, who recently called her out for lying to people through a book called The Secret. The main idea of The Secret is that people need only visualize what they want in order to get it, and the book certainly has created instant wealth, at least for Rhonda Byrne and her partners in Cannes. And the marketing idea behind it is similar to a pyramid scheme, according to Rogan. He believes that by enlisting a group of influential people, it creates a massive promotional network. However, what sets The Secret apart is the involvement of Oprah Winfrey. Her support adds more credibility to the whole project, but it also makes it more deceptive. Oprah doesn't just endorse The Secret, she actively promotes it and positions herself at the top of its network, contributing to a mutually beneficial relationship with other New Age fraudsters that is even more impressive than OPEC. The video and accompanying book were a rehash of one of the oldest of self-help truisms, think positive, refreshed with a dusting of science. The secret of The Secret was something called the law of attraction. As Oprah put it on the show, it says that the energy, that the thoughts and feelings that you put out into the world, both good and bad, are exactly what is always coming back to you. So you have the life that you have created. Rogan, on the other hand, begs to differ, as he believes everything the book teaches is more or less a fallacy.
I think that can apply to everything. So yeah, I mean, I certainly believe in positive thinking, but that was like mystic nonsense.
Oprah and the teachers of The Secret, as they call themselves, did not mean this metaphorically. They explained that the universe and everything in it are made of vibrating energy, and by thinking positively, we can actually attract the positive vibrations of the universe and bend them to our will. You're a field of energy in a larger field of energy, one of The Secret's teachers said, and like attracts like. And that's very, very scientific. By harnessing this powerful science, they said, we can have anything we want: happiness, love, fabulous wealth. This was so inspiring to Oprah that she devoted 3 shows to the product and appeared on Larry King to talk it up more. She said it encapsulated everything she believes. I've been talking about this for years on my show, she said. I just never called it The Secret. To Rogan, all of this is nothing but a sham, and the host didn't break a sweat in telling it how he saw it. According to The Secret, however, the law of attraction can use the vibrations of the universe to deliver more than just bubbles. The book that Oprah urges everyone to live by teaches that all diseases can be cured with the power of thought alone. The question frequently asked is, when a person has manifested a disease in the body temple, can it be turned around through the power of right thinking? And the answer, according to the book, is an absolute yes. The book then offers the testimonial of a woman identified as Kathy Goodman, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I truly believed in my heart with my strong faith that I was already healed. Each day I would say, thank you for my healing. Goodman watched very funny movies to make herself laugh. From the time I was diagnosed to the time I healed was approximately 3 months. And that's without any radiation or chemotherapy. I mean, it generally doesn't take a genius to see the problems that come with having a book with these teachings out there with so many impressionable people under your nose. But that didn't really seem to be a concern for Oprah, at least until Dissyator struck. According to reports, in March 2007, the month after the first 2 shows on The Secret, Oprah invited a woman named Kim Tinkham on the program. She had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and her doctors were urging surgery and chemotherapy. But Tinkham wrote Oprah to say that she had decided to forego this treatment and instead use The Secret to cure herself. On the show, Oprah seemed genuinely alarmed that Tinkham had taken her endorsement of The Secret so seriously. When my staff brought this letter to me, I wanted to talk to her, Oprah told the audience. I said, get her in here, okay? Shortly after appearing on the show, Tinkham lost her life to the false theories that had been propagated by the book. Now, Rogan believes that Oprah should be somewhat held accountable for the disaster because the only reason he believes the woman followed the instructions of the book to the teeth is that Oprah lent her voice to make it even bigger. And while it's easy to dismiss Oprah's part in the whole disaster as negligible, this actually isn't the first time she's been involved in something that's turned out to be a sham. A couple of years ago, Oprah thought she struck gold after she seemingly discovered a guru with the special ability to heal people, but it turned out he wasn't really who she thought he was. João Teixeira de Faria, better known as John of God, is a Brazilian medium healer, and not so long ago was the subject of a profile by Oprah. Faria became famous for his intense methods of healing. Though he doesn't have a medical license, he performs both spiritual healing, praying intensely for believers and placing hands on them to cure their afflictions, and what appeared to be actual surgical procedures without anesthesia. Faria has been on several people's radars for years, ever since his practice started in 1978, but an episode of Oprah in 2010 devoted to him raised his profile exponentially. But in 2018, John of God's self-proclaimed divine touch was being questioned and put under the spotlight. Claims of sexual abuse at Faria's compound had swirled years before a tidal wave of women went public with their stories. In 2014, 60 Minutes had even put Faria on the spot with questions about his alleged sexual abuse, which he ignored, fleeing the interview and walking away from cameras. But there was to be no escaping what was coming. By early 2019, more than 250 women, including Faria's daughter, had come forward to allege abuse that ranged from being inappropriately touched during treatments to rape. Through his lawyer, Faria denied all accusations and was adamant there was no evidence to back up the claims. But police and prosecutors pushed on, and the mounting accusations turned the then 77-year-old spiritual guru into Brazil's first major figure to go down in the #MeToo era. In a damning account of her father, Faria's daughter described him as a monster. And Zahira Lineker Maus, a Danish choreographer, recounted how Faria had chosen to treat the trauma of her past sexual abuse. During a first consultation, she said he placed her hands on his penis and in a second encounter penetrated her from behind. On the 16th of December 2018, as the number of sexual abuse accusations climbed to 600, Faria surrendered himself to the police. Court documents showed that John of God tried to withdraw nearly $12 million from his bank accounts before he gave himself up. In December 2019, Faria was handed the first of several sentences, jailed for 19 years and 4 months for 4 rapes of different women. More convictions followed, with the latest media reports in Brazil stating Faria has now been sentenced to a total of more than 63 years. Let me remind you that this is someone Oprah openly endorsed. However, after he was exposed, Oprah, as you'd expect, tried to sever all connections between them by deleting all of her videos with him. But no, she didn't stop there. She also released a statement saying she hopes justice would be served in all of this, but you could say people weren't buying her sob story. Now, what all of this basically proves is that Rogan might actually be right about Oprah, and the fact that she is purely motivated by her self-interest and fattening her pockets no matter how many people get affected in the process. And while a lot of people agree with Rogan's point of view on the subject matter, others seem to be a little on the fence, as was the case with this user who wrote, never read The Secret, but from what I gather, people are just too retarded to use it properly. It's about keeping your goals in your mind at all times so that you can work to achieve them. Most successful people do this, including Joe. Maybe the book really does just say, think about success and it will magically appear though. So IDK, how about you? Do you agree with Rogan? That's it for this video. Goodbye.